Hi friends, welcome to my channel. My name is China and I'm known as Sugar Doll Plans. I make planner videos here on YouTube and yeah, that's kind of an introduction if you're new to my channel. But if you're not new to my channel, welcome back. You already know what I'm all about. So this week I am using a CaressPress kit. CaressPress recently returned from maternity leave. And ever since then, like, her kits have been fire, so I just want to say that. And I am using the CaressPress kit and like a matte silver $2 Tuesday from Sadie Stickers from forever ago, and then like a sparkly purple pink kind of hollow wiggle from Scribble Prints Co. as my two foils. Kind of did like a mixed metal just to have it, you know, be really cute and different. I really loved this art, and I'll go ahead and say that I almost got this art from SPC, but I got it from CaressPress because I think it's like $1 cheaper. But I feel like the layout works good for me. I'm sorry, I'm like not trying to burp in you guys' ears if you have headphones on or on your TV, but I don't know, I have indigestion. Anyways, I think the kit worked out well. This is probably like the third time I've used a CaressPress kit, and I don't know if I lost a sheet or something, but like I did feel like I didn't have enough different variety of boxes, but I might have lost a sheet because by the time I sat down and filled this out, this was like, I want to say it was like 2 weeks after this week had occurred. And while we're on the topic of speaking about that week, obviously you guys know the death of George Floyd kind of sparked a lot of protests, and we're not going to talk about the negatives. It sparked a lot of protests, and as it should. As a black person, I can say all too well I know how black people are treated in this country, and it's very infuriating. And I'm lucky enough that growing up I never experienced like evil wholehearted like racism towards me or like towards my family. Where I grow up, people love to tout like how, I don't know if that's the right word, tout, I don't know, they like to tout how diverse they are, and I mean, for the most part, yeah, it is really diverse. There are people of all different backgrounds and religions and races, and that's fine and all, but growing up I definitely did notice like economic differences between myself and, you know, other kids that I went to school with, and those economic differences are because of systemic racism. So in that way, like, my life has been affected by systemic racism, not nearly to the point that some other people who are black have had to face in this country, and it's an awful thing to say that you feel grateful for that. But yeah, my mom, she was a teen mom. She worked really hard. She had to provide for me. I am an only child. I'm her only child. And with my dad, they were both teenagers when they had me. My mom was 16 and my dad was 18. And they didn't stay together. My mom was never married to my dad. And often, a lot of the time, I get asked, like, I have two last names. And I'll get asked, like, if someone just noticed, like, that I had a hyphenated last name, they'd be like, oh, you know, did you just get married? It's like, nope. I just have two parents that were teen parents, and my mom gave me both of my last names, so instead of one. So I kind of wanted to talk about this systemic racism that, you know, I might have experienced in my life. And while it hasn't been like blatant racism, and this is like no one's fault whatsoever, I'm not placing blame, and I'm not gonna pretend to like cry about it or be a victim, but I just wanted to tell probably like one of the funniest stories about how I observed race at such a young age. And it's like something my mom and I always just like joke and talk about, because I was so aware of like the differences of living. I was a very aware child in general. Like, I always call myself like the human map or anything like that, because, when I was a kid and I was like a toddler, if my mom was like going to Walmart or something or going to Kmart and she would be going like away, I hadn't seen her go before. Like, I was a toddler, like how would but I would be like, oh, this isn't the right way to go to Kmart. This isn't the right way to go to KFC or whatever. So yeah, I was just always a very aware child, and I'll go ahead and tell this story, and you guys might get a laugh. You cannot trademark this. I'm gonna trademark it with my mom. I'm sure it's probably already trademarked, but whatever. So I'll tell the story while I'm putting down the bass. Growing up, like I said, I grew up in a very diverse area. For the most part, growing up as a black person, and I'm not mad at like other black girls. Like there were black girls that I was friends with, but they would say stuff like, "Oh, you have good hair," or like in my neighborhood, like if I didn't like to go outside and play because I loved being on the computer so much more, like kids would tease me for it. They would, question me for it. They would kind of sometimes imply that like I wasn't like as black as them or I talked white or whatever, which was like really frustrating. So for the most part, like yeah, I did have white friends growing up. So, and I have a white boyfriend and I'm black. So like I don't know. Anyways, let's go ahead to the story. So one day my mom, she had seen me playing in the floor with my Barbies, and I had all my Barbies, and I had like a convertible for the Barbies, and I had all of the white Barbies and the convertible and all the black Barbies like on the floor. And my mom was like, "Oh, China, why do you have all of these black Barbies on the floor and all the white Barbies in the car?" And I was like, "Oh, it's because the white Barbies are going on vacation and the black Barbies are going to work." So, I mean, based off of like my experiences alone growing up, like I could see that my mom had to work so much harder, and a lot of the time the friends that I had either through Girl Scouts or at school, their white parents, their white moms, they were able to go on vacations all the time, and they were able to go like be stay-at-home moms, and like the kids didn't have to go to daycare and I had to go to daycare. So yeah, like that's just like how observant I was with like the differences between being like black and being white, especially as females being black and white. And it's not any shade. It's not to say that black moms aren't, stay-at-home moms sometimes, but or that white moms don't go to work. It's just that it's something I had observed in my own personal area of like upbringing, and I just always thought it was really funny. And so my mom and I would always joke like we're the black Barbie, like we don't get to go on vacation. We just work and do what we have to do, but we definitely don't want to live that way. I definitely do want to go on more vacations. It's not to say that I'm going to fit into a stereotypical role of like never going on vacation, but it's just always funny, something to joke about, but then also at the same time it's like a sad reality of something that I kind of saw growing up, was that, me and my family going on vacation was like kind of rare for me until my dad, he had a better job, so therefore he made more money, and then I was able to go places with my dad, which were really great experiences and super grateful for them. I've still never been outside the country, like, so yeah, it's not to say that white people don't struggle or white people don't, all they do is go on vacation or anything like that. It's just something that I experienced in my own upbringing, and I think that upbringing, obviously I was exposed to systemic racism. Like I said, I have never been exposed to blatant racism. I've been exposed to like prejudice, just usually like I don't mean to stereotype, but just like older white ladies kind of like talking to me however they felt like they should talk to me, which was not always the most respectful. And yeah, that was that was pretty much what I have experienced growing up. And it's a sad thing for me to even be able to say that I'm grateful that I have not experienced like true hatred, racism. Obviously, even with a place that I grew up as diverse as where I live, there's kids who thought they could say the N-word, and kids who thought they could say, whatever they wanted and be disrespectful. Yeah, but for the most part, like, I was just mostly exposed to systemic racism, obviously, just being black, like, most black people have been exposed to systemic racism. So yeah, that's just kind of what I wanted to talk about. Obviously, with all the conversations going on in this country right now with kind of like Black Lives Matter and the death of George Floyd and the deaths of numerous other black people at the hands of police due to police brutality. And, you know, I just kind of wanted to shed a light on my own experiences, at least while I was putting this base down. And I definitely didn't want to just kind of like gloss over everything going on and pretend, you know, that it didn't happen. Because obviously it did. And one day this week in my planner, you'll see I marked I kind of got really emotional. You know, it's really hard to kind of wrap your head around, like, why do people keep killing black people, especially as a black person. And you know, you see it happening to black women, and I am a black woman, and I'm always like, that could be me, like, and I could just be another hashtag, I could just be another name. Luckily, I've only had like one encounter with the police, and my uncle's even a police officer, but by the time I had my one encounter with the police, kind of everything going on with warning younger black people about how police are, I had kind of already learned, and I was actually really nervous. Pretty much had been pulled over by a police officer for a ticket. He said I was going like 15 over or something like that. I was really actually afraid, and no one should ever be afraid, but I was afraid because at first I thought he was tailgating me, and like the sun was like setting behind my car, so I couldn't even see him in my rearview mirror. And I thought he was tailgating me, which was why I was trying to like speed up and get away from him, because like if someone's tailgating you, you're obviously going to try to get away from them. And that's when he put his lights on and he pulled me over. And when he pulled me over, you know, he was like nice about it, and I was actually surprised with how nice he was. And when he asked me for my ID, I was like, hey, you know, it's in my purse, which is in the back seat. So, yeah, and he was like, well, do you want to get it? And I was like, no, can you get it for me? Like, yeah, that's kind of what we're dealing with. There's really not a lot of people where I live who are, a lot of victims of police brutality, but, it's scary to even think about, and it's especially frustrating to even think about for sure. So yeah, I want to make sure that I'm not ignoring what's going on. Obviously for me as a black person, this is extremely traumatic, and sometimes it's a lot for me to continue to talk about because it's emotionally draining. Like for a good week after this week, I just felt like exhausted, and it's not a good feeling. So yeah, if you are a viewer and you are a black person, make sure to take time for yourself. And I know it's hard, and I know it's gonna sound selfish, but you know, you deserve peace. You deserve a break from all of this craziness, and you deserve time to just be, instead of, you know, being upset and being hurt about the things that are going on in this country, obviously. So yeah, I pretty much talked this whole entire base putting down. Yeah, I did mess up on the sidebar, and that's the one thing I'd probably warn you guys about. Oh, do you want to make like a formal transition? We're going to get into the plan with me now. But on the sidebar, I tried to do like some sticker removal, like pulling up the top box, and it just like ripped my paper, which was really annoying, and it just made a mess. And I tried to use like Gorilla Glue to put it back down, as you can see, and it doesn't work. Nothing. So, I mean, I can live with it. It's just a planner, but that's just one thing I would warn about with this CaressPress kit and their stickers. It's really good that they're sticky, but it's really hard that they don't come up well. Oops. So, sorry, give me a second. I just accidentally pulled my headphone out of my freaking microphone. Sorry. There we go. Oh my god. I'm so sorry, guys. But anyways, on the sidebar, I use a little fox and cactus cat with a birthday cake. This is Old AF. because my boyfriend's birthday was a week from this week. He turned 25, and it's just crazy. Like, we're in our mid-20s now, and when we first met, we were like 21. We're going on 4 years together, so it's just crazy to me. Starting with Monday, I used a Fox and Cactus Girl to mark that I slept in. That day was Memorial Day, so I had work off. And then I used a Animal Crossing sticker from the Coffee Monsters Co. below that to mark that I had played Animal Crossing. I mean, I pretty much play every day, not so much anymore, but I pretty much sign on every day to make sure I check my Nooks Cranny, the Able Sisters, all that. Below that, I marked that I had a bagel and coffee. Whether or not I went and got it, I don't remember at this point, but I have recently started going to like a local bagel place where I live, and I love their bagels so much. Also, sorry, my email is like coming in the background, and I know before people who've watched it have been like, oh, I thought that was my email and you startled me or whatever, and I'm really sorry. So then down at the bottom, I put a little fold icon TV to mark that I just watched like Silicon Valley and like 90 Day Fiance with my boyfriend. 90 Day Fiance is like one of my favorite shows to watch, and I think I'm going to watch like some old seasons because it's just fun. Below that, I used a Little Mermaid from Fox and Cactus, and to mark that I had a water gun fight with my boyfriend. And then I used a Once More with Love little cooking munchkin to mark that we cooked some pork chops. And then below that, I used a Once More with Love couple that are like on a hammock, and this sticker, like, it's on a full sheet in her shop now, and I used that to mark that my boyfriend and I had made, well, actually my boyfriend just made The Fort, and we watched Hollywood on Netflix. We finished it, and it was just so cute. It was just so cozy. We made a little fort in our living room, and it was so much fun. On Tuesday, I marked that I was really tired and sleepy, and I used a sticker from Grin and Bear It. Below that, I used a sticker from Once More with Love, holding its thumb up, to mark that I had gone on a walk with my boyfriend and my dog. I was just feeling lazy and didn't want to find like a walking sticker, so I just thought, like, good on us, we went for a walk or something like that. Below that, I marked with a sticker from Wonton and a Million of a wonton eating a taco. To mark Taco Tuesday, we have HelloFresh, and we made tacos that day. Okay, I'm trying to be more still because I feel like my chair is moving a lot and it's making a lot of noise. I need a new chair. Below that, I used a sticker from Once More with Love to mark that I was just being lazy on the couch that night. And then below that, I used I used a sticker of two cats from Fox and Cactus on the video game console, and I played Animal Crossing with my boyfriend right before bed. And today my boyfriend actually played Mario Kart, the day that I'm filming this and doing a voiceover for this. We played Mario Kart for like the first time in like 2-3 months, which was fun, but like my boyfriend kept rage quitting, and I was just like, okay, after like doing 2 or 3 races, I was like, alright, I'm ready to go just do my own thing. Anyways, moving on to Wednesday, I used a sticker from the Coffee Monsters Co. to mark that I had cut up some watermelon. I love watermelon so much right now. It's so good. And then I used a sticker below that from Fox and Cactus to mark that I had to go into my office, and it's just a little pink-haired girl flipping people off on a unicorn. And then below that, I used a sticker from Once More with Love of like a little chef emoji, like we had shrimp spaghetti. And then below that, I used a mermaid watching TV from Fox and Cactus to mark that I had watched HBO Max. I had watched the documentary about Atlanta's missing children, which is a very interesting case and something you should educate yourself on while we're on the topic of things that have gone on in the Black community where there's been injustice. So yeah, and then below that, I marked that I had filmed, edited, and that was probably it, because I remember I had to do a voiceover the next day. So I filmed and I edited a video, my plan with me, the previous plan with me, that's on my channel. Moving on to Thursday, I used a Fox and Cactus Girl on a laptop with colorful hair to mark that I worked from home. Below that, I used a sticker from the Coffee Monsters, Once More with Love to mark that I did my voiceover for my plan with me that went up that week. Below that, I marked with a sticker from the kit, like an icon sticker, that I had a phone call. It was for an interview. Nothing came from it. It's literally like a month later, and I was supposed to hear back from the guy. Or no, it's not a month later. It's like 3 weeks later. Almost a month later. I was supposed to hear back from the guy like 2 Mondays ago, and I didn't, so it is what it is. I'm not really sad. It was just something to get out there and to practice, so oh well. Down at the bottom, I used a sticker from Once More with Love, a sandwich. My boyfriend and I had Uber Eats, one of our favorite sandwich places, and then below that I used a sticker from Paper and Milk to mark that I took a nap after work. And then below that I used a little paper shire girl holding cards to mark that I had played Phase 10 with my boyfriend, which was a really fun game, and I highly recommend you do check it out if you like playing games, like card games. My boyfriend and I, card games are definitely for us, because board games, I get too bored. I get mad and annoyed with him, so that's just life. Moving on to Friday, I used a Paper and Milk Maru on a laptop to mark I had gone into my office. I had work. Below that, I used a little orange little thing to mark that I had a meeting with a foiled icon from Sadie Stickers. And then below that, I marked getting Taco Bell. God, I really want Taco Bell. Why did I do this to myself? But I've been the pineapple freeze, y'all. It is so, so good. So good. Please go try it. Do it during happy hour if it helps you save, what, $2 to get $1 if you get it's $1 if it's regular size. Go get it. It's so good. Oh, I want one. I might have to go tomorrow. We shall see. Below that, I marked that I had some mom and dog time. So pretty much right now my dog is with me. Just because I'm working from home during this coronavirus pandemic. Usually my dog lives with my mom, and I'm really glad to have him, and I love him so much, but my mom really misses him. So we're socially distanced, of course, but my mom had been out this past week towards where I live. She usually lives in Maryland, and I live in Virginia. We live 45 minutes to an hour away from each other. But yeah, so she had been here in Virginia trying to help deal with my grandma. You guys are going to find out on Saturday/Sunday that my grandma had and still has blood clots in her lungs. So we socially distanced, and we even went and got ice cream and socially distanced and got ice cream. Obviously, I'm not risking myself and going into places and all that stuff. So we had gotten some ice cream soft serve, and we socially distanced ate it. And then that sticker to mark the dog time is from Once More with Love. It's a 101 Dalmatians. Then I used stickers from Wonton and Million with the ice creams to mark getting ice cream. And below that, I used a little Sadie Stickers TV bow icon to mark that my boyfriend and I watched Netflix. We watched a Netflix special called Middleditch and Schwartz, I think. It's Thomas Middleditch, and I don't know the Schwartz guy's first name, but he's John Ralphio from Parks and Rec. So if you love John Ralphio, you should watch it. It's pretty much an improv show, and it was kind of funny, so I would recommend it, I guess. Moving on to Saturday, I used a sticker from Once More with Love to mark that I had slept in. And then below that, I used a Sadie Stickers bow icon to mark, what did I eat? Let me see, what did I eat that day? Oh, Wendy's breakfast. I really love Wendy's breakfast, though it's not for everybody. My mom's really picky, and she said it wasn't that great, that I raved too much about it. So, I don't know. Take it at your own risk. Below that, I used a sparkly icon from the Wiggle from Scroll Prince Co. to mark that I went to Target and Michael's. I had gone to Target twice. I got my mom some birthday stuff from Michael's. She recently got a Cricut, and she wants to learn how to use it, and so I got her some sparkly vinyls. Below that, I used a Fox and Cactus Girl to mark that I got McDonald's. I just got a slush from McDonald's. I like their blue raspberry slush, so really good too. You should check that out. Below that, I used a Fox and Cactus Girl again to mark that I had gone to Bikeman's, which is one of my favorite grocery stores, but I should definitely stay away from there because I can never not spend under $50 there. I need to learn how to budget. Moving down below, I used a Coffee Monsters Co. sticker to mark that I had some sushi. I don't even know where from. Really can't remember. When did I have sushi and where from? Don't know. Below that, I marked that I had played a board game with my boyfriend. We played Ticket to Ride. And then below that, I marked that I was in my feelings, obviously about stuff going on in the world. And it was just really sad. I was crying. I was telling my boyfriend, I was just why do people have to be racist? Why? Anyways, moving on to Sunday, I mark that I had one of our local favorite bagel places. I used a sticker from Papershire. Then below that I used a heartbroken munchkin from Once More with Love to mark that I was sad that my grandma had been diagnosed with blood clots again. My grandma had blood clots like 3 years ago, January 2017, and they didn't take her seriously then, and they didn't take her seriously now, so that sucks. Below that I used a sticker from Fox and Cactus to mark getting Starbucks, and below that I used another sticker from Fox and Cactus to mark that I did dishes. Below that a sticker from Once More with Love to mark that we cooked dinner, and then I used a Papershire Girl plain cards, and then below that I used a Fox and Cactus ice cream sticker. So yeah, that's pretty much what happened with this plan with me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys soon. Until then, stay safe. Bye!